Hi, welcome to another video. The stars have finally aligned and I can make something else again. I am going to keep it simple today. I have some cassettes here from my cassette collection, and I'm just going to be soft speaking, rambling about them, probably tapping on them a little bit. And I hope you enjoy it and you find it relaxing. I am also probably going to do a counterpart to this video with gum chewing and talking about my CDs. I'm a real big fan of music formats that have like a physical counterpart. I do also stream Spotify and all that, but I am a big fan of like holding an album and like getting your hands on it. So I have a few cassettes as well as a lot of CDs. So if you like ramble videos, super lo-fi, unwind, then this is for you. If you hear some sounds, my dog is also here and he might make some rustles, so if you hear that, that's what that is. So first off, I'll talk about my two newest cassettes. These are not in any particular order, but I will just kind of, grab what's ever at hand. But the newest one that I just got is the lime green Norman Censored Rockwell by Lana Del Rey. I have been a Lana Del Rey fan for like years, and I'm super proud of her and this album. I really like it. I think she's just so genuine on it. She really is just one of the greatest living American songwriters, in my opinion. And I'm a big fan of this cassette. I really like the lime green. And just like this cover image is so wacky. So that's my newest one. My second newest one is it wasn't just released, she released it last year, but I just got this, and it's the Charlie XCX Pop 2 Number 1 Angel double cassette. So this side is her mixtape Number 1 Angel, this side is her mixtape Pop 2. I am also a huge Charlie XCX fan. I'm a big fan of her new album that just came out, Charlie. But Pop 2 is really one of my favorite kind of pieces of music. I remember the first time I got it from Pop 2 with Brooke Candy, Pablo Vittar, Cupcake. It just like really blew my mind. Another funny thing about Pop 2 is it kind of came out, I think, in like December of 2018, 2017. And I was studying for finals because I was an undergrad at the time, and I was writing a paper on Michel Foucault, and I remember I would sit in Dunkin' Donuts and drink like a mint flavored iced coffee because it was around Christmas, and I would listen to Pop 2 as I was writing this paper. And so now every time I listen to it, I still like get this sense that like I'm in the Dunkin' Donuts writing a paper about Michel Foucault, which I think is kind of funny. I also have this Madonna Like a Virgin cassette. I'm like a casual Madonna fan. I'm a big fan of like Vogue, like a Virgin, like kind of just like basic Madonna. I wouldn't say I go super deep with her, but I was at a record store and they had this for like, I think like literally 50 cents. And my car is from 2002 and has a cassette player in it still, so I always pick up a few cassettes just to have in the car that I can like jam to that are good driving albums. And for me, this is a great driving album, so I'll listen to this a lot in the car. I really like plasticky sounds, which is kind of why I thought cassettes would be a good ramble video subject, so I hope you do too. Next I have, let's see if I can get them all at once. All my cassettes are like in a stack here. I have 4 Iron and Wine cassettes. I have Song of the Shepherd's Dog, Our Endless Numbers Days, Our Endless Numbered Days, which is one of my like top 3 favorite albums of all time. There's literally not a song on this album that I haven't listened to like so many times over. Iron and Wine I always associate kind of with the autumn. You know, those kind of bands that like are seasonal for some people. I know some people have really strong associations with certain artists in the seasons. For me, Iron and Wine's very autumnal. But for me, Our Endless Numbered Days like has relevance to like all seasons. And it's just such a good album. And it's really good on cassette form too. I'll show you. It's just a super cute design. My dog's looking at me like, what are you doing? And then I also have The Creek That Drank the Cradle, which is one of his earlier works, and Beast Epic, which is one of his newer works. I don't know, like, how other people feel about cassettes. Like, some people are like, oh, Nate, like, why do you collect cassettes? You know, it's not like vinyl, or it's like, I guess, there's like a real culture on the format. Like, cassettes, I feel like, are genuinely kind of out of public consciousness, though they are. I think their sales increased 23%. In like the last few years, they are coming in resurgence again. But for me, they're just such a fun, like, collectible. Like, they're just so fun to hold, and like, people literally have like $1,000 Funko Pop collections. Like, these are 50 cents at thrift stores. Like, give me a break. This is the Postal Service Give Up. This is like, it's also on this really cute, like, cherry colored clear cassette. This is one of the first albums I remember like being aware that like I was a person in the world and could choose the music that I liked. And I remember I saw like a few music videos on YouTube like way back in the day, and I was like, I am gonna make the conscious choice to like say that I like the Postal Service. Let's see. This is a local like Rhode Island band that my friend's the lead singer of. They actually go by So Over It now. The Hemlocks was their kind of older band name. but it's like queer punk rock, and definitely give it a listen. You can find it on Spotify, and this is their first album called Valid. I went to their album release show and it was super fun. The album art is also really cute if you can see it. I am also a huge Sufjan Stevens fan, and no Sufjan fans, discography is complete without Carrie and Lowell. I was lucky enough to see the show live in Indianapolis. I saw it with my friend. It was the literal few months before we both started college, and this album was just so monumental to that whole kind of process, and it's also clear, which I love. And yeah, another one of my top 3 favorite albums. And I feel like it was Sufjan himself uses a lot of older technology to record music, and I feel like this album, just the aesthetic and the vibe of listening to it on cassette is super special. And this is the favorite cassette that I own. I have a lot. I have this ABBA Waterloo cassette. I really am not. I'm the most casual ABBA fan in the world. It's another one of those where it was at the thrift shop, and I thought that I would pick it up. And it's super fun, just pop in if I'm cleaning, and get those good jams. I love hearing just the inner workings, knowing that this little magnet strip produces music. And I know it's probably less magical than digital formats where music is just strung out of the air, but especially in a cassette player. I have this Sony one. I love just watching it in the little window and just seeing it go round and 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 round. I think it's super relaxing. Let's see. I have Bon Iver. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I used to say Bon Iver, I know. And then I used to have this yellow beanie, and I had more facial hair. And when I put it on, I looked exactly like the lead singer from one of his live performances several years ago. And someone at a Christmas party was like, "You look just like the singer of Bon Iver," and I was like, "Who?" So showing my fake fan true colors, but I really enjoy this album. I love how kind of weird it is. The chaotic saxophones on some of the tracks make me really happy. Yeah, it's a good time. This is Tanya Harding. It's the Sufjan Stevens single that he released 2 winters ago, about the figure skater, right when the movie about her life was coming. And then I have the I, Tonya movie ticket also in here. I really liked I, Tonya. And I love Tonya Harding. I actually didn't really know who she was before. Oh, hope that doesn't sound. I just hit the mic, sorry. I didn't know really who she was until the movie and the Sufjan Stevens song. This has Tonya Harding in D major and Tonya Harding in E flat major. But both of those things, I really think she's such a fascinating person, and Sufjan's song about her is so beautiful. I have The Decemberists, I'll Be Your Girl. This was given to me by a grad student at the college that I went for undergrad. She found out that I liked cassettes, and so she made me this mixtape, and she also gave me this, which is one of her favorite albums, and I love it too. I think it's a great album. She also handmade me this mixtape, and I made her one in exchange, which was super cute. I'm a big fan of handmade mixtapes. I think there's something really special about kind of laboriously taking all the tracks and lining them up and putting them on the cassette format. It really makes the kind of track list super meaningful, because everything has to be placed kind of exactly where you want to, and it takes kind of real effort to get it there. So it's my little existential bit about cassettes. This mixtape has songs like Leather by Tori Amos, great. Killing Me Softly, Mississippi Goddamn, Nina Simone, You Know I'm No Good, Amy Winehouse. It's a really, really killer mix. I really like it. I have this Songs of the Forest cassette, which is literally just bird calls, and someone saying what bird it was. I got it at a nature store, because it was a few years ago, and I just thought that it was so funny that they were selling cassettes of bird songs. So sometimes I'll just listen to it if I'm anxious. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. I went thrifting on my 21st birthday, and the thrift store that I went to, it has cassettes, but they're always they're never really that exciting. And then I found this, and that was really exciting. It was a little birthday present, and they're 50 cents at that store. So a really, really great album, and also one that I really like listening to on cassette, because it just feels I don't know, cozy. I'm really excited for autumn, which I feel is prime Fleetwood Mac and Iron and Wine time. I have Cher, Heart of Stone. This I also got thrifting when I got that Fleetwood Mac cassette. I have this Naked Giants EP. I saw Naked Giants, they opened for another band I was seeing, and ooh, interesting sound. I had to get a cassette. I loved them. They're so energetic. also this album art is so good. Okay, I have a few more. Let's see. This is one that I made myself. It's like unreleased Sufjan Stevens and St. Vincent tracks. Which some of them have been released on Spotify since I made this, but it's like Majesty Snowbird from Sufjan Stevens, which like there's only like live recordings of. He never officially released it. As well as kind of like, I don't have a vinyl player, so some of the vinyl B-sides from some of the Sufjan albums and St. Vincent albums I put on here just because I couldn't play them from like Spotify. And I love decorating with stickers. Side A is Sufjan. Side B is St. Vincent. Alright, I am also a huge, let me get this, Bjork fan. I think the technical pronunciation, because I always like watch interviews of her, I think it's actually pronounced like Björk, but I feel like we've all just said Bjork for so long. This is Debut, which was the first album that she released solo. One of my favorites. I actually have two, because this one is her new release. This one is like, I guess like a vintage. This one's from like, it's not like, I don't know when exactly it was pressed, but it's, you know, one of her older kind of releases. And this is a remake. She released all of her albums on cassette last year, and I had ordered Vespertine and Post, but they sent me Vespertine and this one, Debut, which actually, like, it's really pretty. It's gold, it's got her really great logo there, and it also has this picture of her, which I adore. It's one of my favorite photos of her, and that was in the new pressing. But I did email the label, and I was like, just so you know, like, I, you know, ordered this, but I got this, and the cutest, like, customer service worker named Birdie, like, emailed back and forth, was like, oh, I'm so sorry, we'll send you Post, you know, and then he ended the email, he was like, have a good and intriguing day. It was just such a cute, like, interaction. It was really personable, but I never got Post in the mail. That was like 6 months ago, and it never arrived, but the guy was so nice to me that I like have never had the heart to like check back in and be like, hey. So I don't have Post on cassette. I do have 2 copies of Debut though, one, you know, from a few years back, one brand new. I also have this cute cassette holder, which I have put stickers on. I want to get a bigger cassette box, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And in this case, again, like, I think top 3 favorite albums. so that makes it Vespertine, Our Endless Numbered Days, and Carrie and Lowell. But there's lots more in there. This album is just so good. This is from her new pressing. I wanted to get all of her albums. She had a bundle, but it was literally like $100. And just, I couldn't do it at the time. I was like, I can't justify spending $100 on cassettes. But a super beautiful cassette design. This album is just so good. And of course, that iconic album cover. I also have Homogenic, which is, I think, tied with Vespertine as my favorite Bjork album. I like this one is a little bit more like bumpin' than Vespertine. Tracks like Pluto, I just like love. This was her kind of like warrior album, and Vespertine was her like love album. I also have Telegram, which is like remixes of songs from Post, which is good. There's some that I don't like that much, but it came in the same package as my OG debut and Homogenic. Lots of reflection. Hopefully these opening and closing sounds are relaxing. We've only got 3 more. We've got OG Bon Iver for Emma Forever Ago. This was one of the first cassettes I ever bought, I think. I was in Newberry Comics, and it was like Newberry Comics exclusive, gold cassette, only 500 copies made, and I was like, oh, and so I bought it. It was more expensive than it should have been, but I think it's a really pretty gold color. It's a really pretty album. Another really autumn feeling album. We've got Fleet Foxes' Crack Up. I listened to this a lot. I took a trip at the end of my sophomore year of college to like Montreal. Went camping in New Hampshire. Like, I just kind of spent the summer traveling, and it's inseparable for me from like that experience. So this is one of those albums that like I can't listen to unless it's certain context, because it just brings back like visceral feelings and memories that are good. But definitely invokes a certain emotion. And last cassette that I have, it's stuck in the holder, is the Sufjan Stevens Greatest Gift mixtape, which is outtakes and extras from Carrie and Lowell. So it has a bunch of remixes. It also has like, I think, 3 original tracks, The Greatest Gift being one of them. Super cute. I love this mixtape. I wish Sufjan would release all of his discography on cassette, but there's only a few right now. that's all the cassettes I have. I hope you found this relaxing, lo-fi rambling about objects for some reason is a big trigger for me, so I thought I'd try it. I hope that you have a great rest of your morning, day, evening. And hopefully I'll find the time to show you my CDs at some point. I also want to try a role play, but it's just kind of that weird, like, threshold anxiety. I've never really done anything like that before, so I have a few, like, really funny ideas that I think would be really fun to try, and this community is always so accepting, and I like it. Alright. See